Aristotle's philosophy is like an intellectual buffet, a little bit of everything for everyone, meticulously laid out by a mind so sharp it could probably slice through paradoxes. Born in 384 BCE in Stagira, a small Greek town, Aristotle didn't waste time pondering whether life was about the destination or the journey. He just got on with the thinking. Over the course of his life, he dissected nearly every topic under the sun: biology and ethics, politics and metaphysics, and even the art of drama. By the end of this piece, you might just be convinced that Aristotle's philosophy has something for every curious soul. Aristotle started out as a student of Plato. At Plato's academy in Athens, Aristotle spent 20 years soaking up the master's ideas. But while Plato was busy theorizing about ideal forms existing in a higher realm, Aristotle preferred to roll up his sleeves and investigate the physical world. Plato might say, "This table is but a shadow of the true ideal table," and Aristotle would reply, "Perhaps, but let's study how this particular table was made." The two philosophers differed fundamentally in their approaches to knowledge. Plato leaned toward abstraction, while Aristotle was rooted in observation. Aristotle's eventual departure from the academy marked a shift not just in location, but in intellectual focus. He left Athens to spend time in Asia Minor and Lesbos, studying biology and marine life, before eventually being called to tutor Alexander the Great, a job that gave him a front-row seat to political power. Aristotle's first claim to fame was inventing formal logic, laying the groundwork for systematic reasoning. His method of syllogisms, statements structured to derive conclusions from premises, became the cornerstone of rational thought. For instance, all humans are mortal. Socrates is human. Therefore, Socrates is mortal. This deceptively simple structure provided a framework for analyzing arguments and distinguishing valid reasoning from sophistry. Aristotle's logical framework served as the intellectual scaffolding for philosophy, science, and mathematics for centuries. It allowed thinkers to analyze arguments with precision and rigor, a practice still vital in modern discourse. Beyond the syllogism, Aristotle also explored the principles of deduction and induction, making significant contributions to the study of how knowledge is acquired and validated. His logical treatises, collectively known as the Organon, remain a testament to his commitment to clarity and structure in thought. Aristotle's fascination with the natural world was unparalleled in his time. He meticulously observed and categorized animals, plants, and other aspects of the environment. His biological works cover everything from the anatomy of marine creatures to the life cycles of insects. While some of his conclusions were off the mark, such as his belief that eels spontaneously generate from mud, his dedication to empirical observation was groundbreaking. Aristotle's approach emphasized understanding nature through causes: material, formal, efficient, and final. For example, the final cause of a bird's wing is its purpose, to enable flight. By seeking explanations rooted in purpose and function, Aristotle laid the groundwork for future scientific inquiry. His biological studies weren't limited to classification. Aristotle also speculated about how life forms develop and adapt. Although he lacked modern tools like microscopes or genetic theory, his keen observational skills allowed him to identify patterns and relationships in nature that foreshadowed later scientific discoveries. His work on reproduction, for instance, explored the roles of males and females in generating offspring, paving the way for future anatomical and physiological research. Aristotle's ethical philosophy centers on the concept of the golden mean, which he defined as the desirable middle ground between excess and deficiency. For example, courage is a virtue, but it lies between recklessness and cowardice. This emphasis on balance offers a practical framework for living well. He also introduced the idea of eudaimonia, often translated as flourishing or happiness, as the ultimate goal of human life. Eudaimonia isn't about fleeting pleasure, but about living in accordance with reason and fulfilling one's potential. Aristotle's ethics invite us to cultivate virtues through practice, shaping our character over time. Unlike rigid ethical systems that prescribe absolute rules, Aristotle's virtue ethics acknowledge the complexities of human life. The right course of action depends on the context, the individual's character, and the specific challenges they face. This flexibility makes Aristotle's approach both timeless and deeply humane. In politics, Aristotle viewed humans as political animals, inherently inclined to form communities. His work, Politics, analyzes various forms of government, including monarchy, rule by one person, often a king or queen; aristocracy, rule by a small privileged class or nobility; and polity, rule by the many, or a form of government where citizens have a say, while critiquing their corrupt counterparts; tyranny, rule by one person with absolute power, often through unjust means; oligarchy, rule by a small group of people, often for their own benefit; and democracy when it devolves into mob rule. Aristotle's political philosophy emphasizes balance and pragmatism. He believed that the best government depended on the specific needs and circumstances of a society, rejecting the one-size-fits-all approach. His insights on governance remain relevant today, particularly his warnings about the dangers of extreme inequality. His exploration of justice, citizenship, and the common good underscores the importance of active participation in political life. Aristotle believed that a well-functioning state is one where citizens are educated and virtuous, contributing to the collective well-being of the community. Metaphysics, Aristotle's investigation of the nature of reality, delves into questions of existence and being. He introduced the concept of substance as the essence of things and emphasized four causes to explain change and existence. Material cause, what something is made of, like a marble for a statue, for example. Formal cause, its shape or essence or the form of the statue. Efficient cause, the agent or process that brings it into being, or his sculptor. And the final cause, its purpose or function, like to honor a deity. Aristotle's emphasis on purpose or teleology was a defining feature of his metaphysics. He sought to uncover not just how things exist, but why they exist. His metaphysical inquiries also tackled profound questions about change, potentiality, and actuality. For Aristotle, understanding the transition from potential to actual states was key to grasping the nature of existence itself. This dynamic view of being set the stage for later philosophical debates and scientific exploration. In his work, Poetics, Aristotle analyzed the elements of tragedy and the emotional responses it evokes. He introduced the concept of catharsis, the purging of emotions like pity and fear, as a key goal of tragic drama. Aristotle's rules for storytelling, a coherent beginning, middle, and end, relatable characters, and logical yet surprising events have influenced narrative art for centuries. Tragedy, according to Aristotle, helps audiences reflect on human experience and achieve emotional clarity. His insights underscore the enduring power of art to inspire and transform. One of the more overlooked yet profound areas of Aristotle's philosophy is his analysis of friendship, which he explores extensively in his Nicomachean Ethics. Aristotle considered friendship not merely a personal bond, but a fundamental component of a flourishing life. He categorized friendship into three distinct types: friendships of utility, based on mutual benefit; friendships of pleasure, centered on shared enjoyment; and friendships of virtue, which he deemed the highest form. In the latter, individuals admire each other's moral character and strive to help one another grow. For Aristotle, virtuous friendships are rare and require effort, as they depend on both individuals being virtuous themselves. Such friendships are enduring and deeply meaningful, offering not only companionship, but also a mirror through which individuals can reflect on and improve their own character. This perspective highlights Aristotle's belief that humans are inherently social beings who achieve their fullest potential, not in isolation but through meaningful relationships. Beyond individual well-being, Aristotle linked the concept of friendship to the functioning of society as a whole. He argued that strong friendships foster trust, cooperation, and mutual respect, serving as the glue that binds communities together. In this sense, friendship becomes not just a personal virtue, but a civic necessity, underscoring Aristotle's holistic view of ethics, politics, and human nature. Aristotle's influence spans philosophy, science, politics, and art. His works became foundational texts in the medieval and Renaissance periods, shaping the intellectual traditions of both the Islamic world and Christian Europe. His emphasis on observation, reasoning, and purpose continues to inspire thinkers across disciplines. In studying Aristotle, we encounter a mind deeply engaged with the complexities of existence, ever curious about the mechanisms of the world and the best ways to live within it. His philosophy invites us not only to think but to act, striving for balance and understanding in all areas of life. Ultimately, Aristotle's work reminds us that philosophy isn't just about abstract theories, it's about living well, seeking knowledge, and cultivating virtues that enrich both individuals and societies. His intellectual legacy is a testament to the enduring power of thoughtful inquiry and the pursuit of wisdom.